Thank you, fellow Toastmasters. Good morning. September the 5th, another grand day on the planet. Karpagam. Great speech. Vintage Karpagam. Not writing, telling a story. You figured it out with Bethany's help, and it works very well for you. Karpagam had an incredibly well-organized speech if you put the pieces together. One, she talked about and defined mentoring. She talked about her early experience with Bethany and how that morphed into her style. And she's embraced it, and she does very, very well with it. She talked about old Toastmasters, John Cossey, who passed away a few years ago, and Ross's input. She also talked about her experiences as a mentor and other mentoring kinds of things. And it worked out rather well. I particularly like the way you got into developing your style, because each and every one of us has a style. Sometimes we recognize it, sometimes we don't. If there's an area for improvement, it's actually around your conclusion, which is a function of your style. Your conclusion is almost flat, and it needs a little bit of crescendo. It needs to revisit the speech in some way or another, and that's a function of not writing it down. So if you write it down, I personally have never ever experienced this before, but I've been told that if you're speaking in kind of an extemporaneous way, that may or may not happen. But I thought the speech was well done. It was with great Karpagam style, and it was probably better organized and almost written down, unlike other speeches. Now, one thought for the room in general. And what it does is it tends to diminish our expectations of her speech. And that is, she volunteered to do it at the last minute, so we shouldn't expect very much from her. I thought it was an outstanding speech, and I think that commentary, and we use it in many other cases, it recognizes their willingness to do it, but I think in a way it diminishes it.